Hey everybody, one Wisdom here. It is Lucky Day 2012, July 7th. That said, this is, like 2 in the morning. Reason I'm recording this, as you can probably see here, we actually got Translucent Red Drill Sergeant. Took a little road trip, tonight, and by that I mean Friday, July 6th. Kind of a weird deal, Translucent Red Drill Sergeant's been around for quite some time. He basically hit right after I picked up Translucent Blue Bash from Toys R Us. I was one of the few people that had a rain check, and I wasn't called, but I went in and was able to pick him up. In the video, I mentioned the possibility, of seeing translucent reds or translucent greens, and if I'd only gotten online and kind of skimmed stuff before making the video on TBB, Translucent Blue Bash, I would have seen the, Translucent Red Drill Sergeant. But as it is, it was just one of those deals with weird timing. That said, now that I'm making this, maybe tomorrow, there will be a translucent green Whirlwind at Target, which I've said for quite some time, basically since, we knew they were going to crank out Blue Bash. I said translucent green Stump Smash would be awesome. That's just my own personal opinion. Green really does not suit Whirlwind in my opinion, but whatever, maybe we'll see it. The important thing here with Translucent Red Drill Sergeant is going to be the quantities. I have read everything from people who have shown up at Walmart and gotten the last one to people claiming that there's 50. Online you never know if that's true or if maybe there were like 16 of them, and the person just didn't count. I've seen pictures online, and the most I've seen, it looked like it was a, row, which we don't have that display type where I'm at, but I counted like 8 of them, and then it looked like they were honestly that behind it, and that was about the end of it. That would be 16. 30 or 50 is a lot. That said, that is the case with Legendary Trigger Happy, which a lot of us thought would be kind of a pain, or kind of limited numbers. So far where I'm at, Blue Bash, we had the original shipment, I think of 12 or 18 with 12 rain checks, and as far as I know, a couple times I've been in since I got Translucent Blue Bash, they have not had any more. I've checked with employees, and they've said none have come in. I'd really like to see him stay limited. That said, what most people are inclined to believe is that Translucent Red Drill Sergeant, he'll be a variant, but he will basically just be in ridiculous volume, kind of like Legendary Trigger Happy. The way this worked out with Translucent Red Drill Sergeant, ran by our area. It's it's not like the West Coast where everything filters in. It takes a long time for stuff to get here, and I was actually running around and trying to find one. On my usual course of errands, I don't really go out of my way for it, and I talked to an employee, and they actually, went ahead and took my name and everything, and shockingly, got a call on it, and said they just gotten some in. I think they had, I want to say she told me 18, and she's going to hold them for me. Apparently Walmart has a policy, employees can only hold stuff till the end of a shift or something. Couldn't get over there. I actually went out of town this past weekend. That's kind of why I've been backlogged on, some of my uploads I had planned and whatnot. Been super busy this past week, and then tonight, actually, called the same store. They said, I think we still have some, so I figured, what the heck, I'll go, check. And when I got there, there was one sitting on the Portal of Power, really beat up, on the top end. It looked like everybody and their dog had handled it. Obviously, if you're not going to open it, you want something in, mint packaging if possible. Luckily, I dug around. I found 2 more that were, pretty good packaging shape, and went ahead and picked them up. That would be this one. That one's actually for a friend. They don't have to jack around with running in Walmarts, which my local stores I did check when I run errands during the week, and they were gone, presumably by the scalper lady. But that said, with Blue Bash, he looked really bad online, like a pale blue, and then when I got it, it was actually very nice. I really like the coloring. Don't really think blue suits Bash that well, but you know, it does look cool, and the color is very good. When I saw translucent red drill sergeant online, it I don't know, it looks like watermelon jello. It's like a really pale red. In some lights it looks dark, and then there will be certain pieces like the tip of the you know, top gun, where it's kind of like just a pale pink, almost like a melted chapstick or something. I'm not a fan of the color. I had actually debated not buying this one, and then, you know, I kind of got hit. Well, you know, you've done so many of the other ones anyway, what the heck, and that's kind of why I've got it. Plus, I was starting to get a ton of comments from people on all sorts of videos asking if I had it, and I figured by doing this video, you know, would cut down on that. And more importantly, for those of you that, you know, haven't found one at the store, this will give you a good view at it. But just like most of the other variants, the catch here, particularly if you don't have Drill Sergeant already, is that when you put him on the portal in the game, he actually begins at level 5 and has 2,100 in cash, which, you know, provided you've got the fairies, I'm pretty confident that'll get you all of the base upgrades. I actually made a spreadsheet, but, you know, it's been a while since I was doing the mass upgrade recording. But I want to say, you know, if you've got all the fairies and get the big discount, I think you'll get everything. Might even do it alone. But nonetheless, that's the big perk, level 5 and, you know, 2,100. Again, you can see here, only at Walmart. So hopefully they don't do like they did with Drill Sergeant and, you know, screw everyone over. But $8.96 is the price. That's a nice thing about having the exclusive at Walmart. You actually get it for $1 less than most stores on single packs. Again, in my opinion, regular Drill Sergeant takes the cake. He just looks much more menacing and, you know, better in my opinion. That said, keep in mind there is a gold variant of Drill Sergeant. Came out quite a while ago, basically done and gone. If you really want one, you'll have to resort to eBay, which I would just advise against. Just be content with what you've got. Keep your money for Giants or something. But here's a comparison between the two. Again, stat-wise, they should be exactly the same. You know, like health, 290, max at 580. Granted, coming in at level 5, he'll begin a little, you know, about halfway between 290 and 580, which would be, what, 145 that you'd add to 290. But speed, 43, max of 91. Armor, 12, max of 82. Critical hit, 30 initially, max of 80. And then elemental power, like all Skylanders, 25, max of 100. But the real gem of Drill Sergeant, if you're really into variants, would be the gold one. But, you know, like I've said all along with the variants, if you find one, buy it. If not, don't stress, don't blow all your money on that. You know, save it for something more enjoyable. If these turn out to be like legendary trigger happy, I mean, they'll really have, in all honesty, no value over what you personally paid for them. You know, maybe if everyone opens theirs, you kept yours in packaging, you know, years and years down the road, you might, you know, recoup what you paid or double it. But I wouldn't expect anything crazy, you know, like if this was a gold Drill Sergeant or something harder to come by. That said, you know, it's still a nice piece. I really, personally, you know, I'm not big on red anyway, but I feel like they could have gotten a better color. This just, like I said, is kind of like a really weak jello that you wouldn't want to eat when it was presented before you type deal, if that makes any sense to people. You know, but I mean, some people probably like it. Me personally, and I don't really like gold on them either, you know, solid gold. The red and gold here, it's actually a nice accent. Again, that's just plain old Drill Sergeant. But if you don't have Drill Sergeant for some reason, or you're just getting into it and you find one of these, you could just go ahead and pick it up, and I mean, you'll be that much farther along to having them, you know, fully upgraded and maxed out. But again, this will only be at Walmart. It'll set you back $8.96, which again, that's the perk of having a Walmart exclusive. Jury is still out on whether these will be like legendary trigger happy, or, you know, with everybody, you know, running along saying they're going to mass produce them, maybe we'll see a deal where this initial shipment, whatever it was, will be the end. You know, maybe they'll do that and then cut it off, and then say maybe in, I don't know, late August or something, they'll crank out a crud ton of them. You really never know what Activision is going to do with these. But like I said, you know, not horrible. You know, I would personally like to see a better color of red. You know, it's kind of similar to what he looks like anyway, but just lacks the detail. But, you know, that's really all there is to say here. We've covered the stats for everybody. Main thing, again, level 5, 2100 coins. Really nothing special about the packaging. It would be the same as if we had a regular Drill Sergeant single. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to open it again. I'll cover that. If you do get one and you're afraid to open it for collector purposes, or you want to display it in the packaging but still want to play with it, you know, it'll actually read through the plastic, obviously, so it's the best of both worlds. You keep it in good shape, put it on the portal, you can play. That said, the other thing that I want to cover, just because, you know, people still ask, but he does not appear, you know, translucent red in the game. You know, like the legendaries kind of look different. He will look, translucent red Drill Sergeant in the game will look just like regular Drill Sergeant. Same applies to, you know, gold Drill Sergeant, blue bash, silvers, golds, crystals, glow in the darks. And since I've rambled on this long, I have actually continued looking at Skylanders, even though everything's basically wrapped up for me, just in case I could find a crystal or a glow in the dark, and that has been completely unsuccessful. I'm pretty sure basically, you know, the run has expired on those, but like I said, you never know when they're going to release something. You know, we could see a translucent version of Whirlwind soon. You know, maybe they'll come out with like a fire color. I mean, you never really know. Maybe this will be the end until Giants, but, you know, nonetheless, it's something to kind of go for if you're really into it. You know, it's kind of like a gap filler between Giants. But again, $8.96 only at Walmart. It'll be the same in the game. Starts at level 5, 2100 in coins. I'll kind of have all that in text form on the blog. And that said, for more information, run over to the blog. It'll be linked at the top of the video description, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching, and if you are a fan of Drill Sergeant or the variants, good luck landing translucent red Drill Sergeant.